Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is this amazing spaghetti jollof spaghetti. This recipe is absolutely yummy and you have to try it out, honestly. But before then, can you please subscribe to my channel? Can you help me reach 200k subscribers? I am desperate. Please help a sister out. Thank you. First things first, I will be showing you the peppers I will be using for this recipe. I've got 2 tomatoes. If you know me well, you know that I don't really like tomatoes, so 2 is fine for me, but if you want to use more, then that's fine. I've also got 2 scotch bonnet peppers. You can also use chili peppers, that's shombo. And I've got 3 paprika peppers and an onion, and I'm quickly going to blend them. So I'm going to dump the tomatoes, the chopped peppers, the onions, and the scotch bonnet into the blender and blend fully. Now, this is one of the few times that I blend my peppers fully. If you know me well, you know that I just like to roughly chop. But for this recipe, I think I prefer this sort of texture. So I'm just going to add some water to the blender and then blend until smooth. I've repeated myself like 3 times in 20 seconds, but that's fine. So this is what it looks like after blending. And I'm going to set this aside for later. For this recipe, I will be using 2 different proteins. So I've got beef and chicken. This is my beef, and I think this is sirloin. On the package, it says frying beef or frying steaks or something, but it does look like sirloin. Anyways, I've chopped it into bite sizes, and I'm quickly going to season it. And for seasoning, I will be using some chicken powder, onion powder, paprika pepper, salt, and some onion powder. And I'm going to combine thoroughly and then leave to marinate for about an hour. You don't need to do too long with this because the meat is quite soft anyways, so it shouldn't take too long. And then I'm going to go ahead and season the chicken as well. And for my chicken, I'm using chicken thighs. I always use thighs. I hardly ever use breast, and that's because chicken thighs would use a budget. So I'm going to season with some onion powder, paprika pepper, salt, bouillon cubes, onion powder, and then combine thoroughly and set aside for about an hour. For this recipe, my preferred oil is coconut oil, but you can use pretty much any other kind that you prefer. Just going to transfer that into my pan. My pan is on medium heat. Once it heats up, I will go in with my marinated beef. Now, I know that some people are not comfortable just frying meat without boiling, but I'm here to tell you that it is safe. As long as it's a thin cut or it's a tender cut or it's been thinly chopped like this, then you'll be fine. It only needs about 6 to 8 minutes. Why do you want to put it through so much stress? You're just going to end up losing out on the nutrients, and also the flavor as well, because can you see how much juice is coming out from this? This is just going to enhance the flavor of the dish. But if you're not comfortable and you feel like you have to boil, then please feel free to, but you don't really need to. Honestly, you don't need to. So I'm just going to fry this on both sides for about 6 to 8 minutes. And after that, this is what it looks like. And then I will set this aside for later. And now the pan is back on the heat. I don't need any more oil because this is fine for me. And I'm just going to transfer the marinated chicken into the pan. And just like the beef, I'm going to cook this on both sides until fully cooked. This is going to take about 6 minutes thereabouts. Please, while we're waiting for this to cook, can you just use one finger to help me press that subscribe button? I promise I will improve my vocabulary. I will not say and. I will not say I'm just going to. I will not say I'm pressed for time. If I will not use too much oil, gun, I will change everything. Please, I promise. Just help me reach that 200k and let me surprise you people. Thank you. And after frying, this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to transfer this into a bowl and then set the pan back on the heat. And now the pan is back on the heat and I haven't got enough oil, so I'm just going to add just a bit more of the coconut oil. And like I said earlier, you can use pretty much any other kind of oil that you prefer. And once that heats up, I will go in with some chopped onions. So I've just realized that I haven't got enough oil, so I'm going to go in with some more coconut oil and then fry the onions for about 2 to 3 minutes. And after that, I will go in with my tomato paste. Now, if you don't want to use tomato paste for this recipe, you'll be fine without it. You can just use just the tomatoes and the pepper mix. I usually use just that anyway, but I just want this to be a bit richer, that's why. And I'm going to fry this for about 8 to 10 minutes or until the tomato paste begins to look a bit crumbly, you know, like pebbly or like pebbles. And then I will go in with my blended pepper mix. And after combining thoroughly, I will begin to season. And for that, I will be using some ginger paste, garlic paste, bouillon cubes, salt, and some white pepper. If you want, you can add some curry powder. You can also use thyme, but I don't want to use it for this recipe. And then I'm going to combine thoroughly and then leave this to cook for about 30 minutes. So it's been frying for about 30 minutes and this is what it looks like now. As you can see, the oil has settled onto the top and it is well fried. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've only got half of the quantity I started with. I realized that I had way too much, so I've had to decant. So I'm going to go in with my mixed vegetables at this time. And for that, I'm using some green and red peppers. I've also got some carrots. You can use pretty much any other kind of vegetables that you prefer. Green peas are fine. You can use sweet corn, any's fine, to be honest. So I will begin to go in with my spaghetti. So I cooked this earlier. I'm sorry I didn't show you how to, but I just didn't feel like it was that important and I don't want the video to be too long. So I just cooked the spaghetti for about 8 minutes or until al dente. So I've just added that in and I will combine this thoroughly. And after combining, I will go in with my beef, my chicken, and some spring onions for garnishing. And at this time, I will combine this thoroughly. And after that, I will leave to simmer for about 2 minutes. And my jollof spaghetti or spaghetti jollof is ready. In case this recipe looks a bit familiar to you, that's because it is. I actually did something similar to this a couple of months ago with my stir-fry pasta. I did not know. I got halfway into it and then thought, I've done something similar to this. And then it struck me. But I'd gone way into it, like way too deep into it, so there was nothing I could do. But the more the merrier, isn't it? So just bear with me and I do apologize. And after leaving to simmer for 2 minutes, this is what it looks like. Absolutely beautiful. So if you've enjoyed this recipe, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends and family. And if you do try it, please let me know how you get on by leaving me a comment in the comment section. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.